quarter. You can do this in several ways. 1. Draw a horizontal line through the designated must-play quarter. 2. Put a check in the empty box between the jersey number and the player last name. 3. Put a line through the player's name next to the must-play quarters. 4. And there are those who fill in the designated must-play quarter box. Any of the above can be used so long as it appears each player has been marked as completing their required must-play quarter or number of plays completed. Please use red inked pen for this purpose. Junior midget and midget must-play monitoring. This is probably the most difficult divisions to monitor, only because you are checking the number of action plays each player has completed. Our current game day roster is not user-friendly in this regard because players should be listed by jersey number and in numerical order. So, in this case, you will make a cheat sheet by using the back of the official game day document and list the player jersey numbers in order, example 1 through 99. This way you can quickly put a stick line or a dot next to the number each time a player completes an action play. See samples below. At the end of the game, flip the sheet to the official side and the monitor will then mark each player as completing their 6 or 10 action plays as required. Just make sure all players are marked off. 10. There should be no switching of monitors or spotters at any time during the game. The CGDPCA must sign off on only one official game day sheet. 11. What happens if the team I am monitoring finishes all player must-play requirements before the end of the game? This usually is the case. Some teams will finish all must-play requirements as early as the third quarter. It is recommended that all CGDPCA must-play monitors, spotters remain on the field at all times. This is preferred by the commissioner. However, it does not preclude you from leaving the field altogether and are sitting in the spectator's stand. This is your option, but the game day document does not leave the field. Find out where you are to turn in the document when leaving the field. Please also remember you are to sign off on the game day document at the end of the game and not before. So if you leave the field, you are to ensure that you return promptly at the end of the game to sign off. If not, you will cause undue penalty, suspension of your head coach. You may remain on the field, you may rejoin your team's sideline, but do not interfere with coaches and/or do not assume the role of a coach. You will be watched. The conduct of a CGDPCA monitor spotter does not change as previously mentioned above. 12. Remember to review the game day document at the end of the game before you sign it. Do not sign it until the game has concluded. This will be your final act before leaving the field, and you will ensure you have protected your chapter and your head coach.
You can't have clear mouthpieces. The referee has to be able to see the mouthpiece. That's enough.
We want to give you an example of a helmet. Mouthpiece must be attached. Attach mouthpieces. This helmet right here is not acceptable because you cannot attach the mouthpiece. So they have to bring a new mouthpiece for this particular helmet. Turn around, let me see your tail pass. I want you to hit him. Pull your back straps out your back. That's how a real spat's supposed to be. You cannot obstruct the part that should be hitting the ground and giving up the grip. When you look underneath the shoulder pads, we're looking here for these rivets to make sure that they're attached. Here and here. They cannot be torn and they cannot be loose. Look here to make sure that there are no cracks or sharp edges on the shoulder pads that may harm a kid.
After all the equipment has been checked, the players line up in roster order, and then they give us their last name and number, and we tell them to step on the scale, and they don't get off the scale until we tell them to get off.
Okay, this is the way you set the scale. What we're going to do today is demonstrate how to set the scale to 105.5. Once the scale is on, you make sure that you have pounds showing in the area here. LB indicates pounds. This particular scale, you press the net button and the on button together to get it blinking. The first thing that starts blinking is it indicates underweight, and the first column is blinking. After certification, we don't care about underweight, so that's not the section that you're going to use. You press it again, it shows the overweights. Right now the scale is showing 95.5. We want to put 105.5 as the weight. So the first column is blinking. I go up 1, the 1 starts blinking. Use the on button to move it over as the arrow indicates right here. You move it over, you show 9, you go down to 0. Arrow button to move it over. We already have the 5. We already have the 5 here, and then you press both buttons to lock it in. Now, to verify the weight is set properly, you press both buttons. It shows the underweight first. Press it again, it shows the overweight. Now the 5 is not here, so I'm gonna have to go over and make an adjustment here. Okay, oh, I went too far, so I can use this arrow right here to go back down and press. Oh, I saw it change. Let me do it again. We want to make sure we have this right. You always make sure you have it right before you start weighing the kids. Okay, 105.5. Press and change again. Oh, I know why. Because I'm hitting this button first before I hit the on button. So that's what's causing it. So go over 4. There we go. So now we're checking the weight. Underweight, overweight, 105.5. Hit both buttons. It's locked in. Once you have the weight set on the scale, what you do, you cover the scale with something so you can't see the weights. It's always better that way because all you want to indicate is the overweight boys by an indication of the arrow. As you can see here, it shows an arrow. I'm putting pressure on it. It shows an arrow. That indicates overweight. Now, if a boy steps on the scale and this arrow is showing, he's automatically overweight. There's no discussion as to if he could make weight, if he can go use the restroom, if he can come back later by taking off some more clothes. He's overweight. You redlining, you put OW, he's overweight, and that's the end of the story. Now, if the scale starts flickering, let me make it flicker. If it starts flickering back and forth, that's okay. That's acceptable weight. And once again, look here. It's flickering back and forth. If it's flickering, the boy is okay. He's okay to play. You can pass him on, and you do not have to redline him because the only way that he's overweight is if it stays just like this. It's locked in. It's not flickering back and forth. The flickering would be caused by ounces, if anything else. Other than that, this is the only reason why a boy can't play is he's locked and overweight. Thank you.
I'm here today to introduce the Phenom Factory Hit-Proof suit. Phenom Factory Inc. is a company that specializes in off-season training from professional to youth football. This today is our Hit-Proof 2 suit. What it is a 2-piece suit. We also have a 1-piece. This particular part comes with knee pads you have here, thigh pads, we have hip pads, rib cage pads, back pads, tailbone pad, and also your stinger pads up top. This is made of microfiber, so when the player sweats, the athlete sweats, it will not withdraw the sweat away from the body. It also does not move. Microfiber tends to contour to the body. Hit-proof suit also has a built-in jock so you can slide your cup in, and this is the only suit approved by the Orange County Junior All-American Football. As well as these pads will not move on your player's body. Most injuries come from when the pads move, the thigh pads move out the way, and they get contusions in their thighs. All these pads stay in place. You take this off, zip it off, throw it right in the washing machine, straight to the dryer. You can also take the pads off. They're optional as far as rib cage pads. Maybe you want to keep them in for a quarterback or lineman or something like that in your position. You can get these suits at phenomfactory.com and have them ready for your season or your next season. The average lifespan of the suit is about 2 seasons long.
All of OCJAAF's procedures are for the safety of the kids. The safety of the kids comes first. We don't care about the parents' wishes or anyone else's wishes. It's the safety of the kids.
As we represent one of the best youth organizations in California.
This clinic is the only clinic that a coach can go to and get college credit.
Playing it forward. And when you read there, you'll see what it is. I want to set a mindset. We got to sit there and just say, this is the way we're doing it.